Hey guys, Nomad Brad here. Today I'm going to show you guys how I cook hard-boiled eggs in my van with an Instant Pot. So hanging out here at the river today, going to gonna make up some lunch. So I have, this is the Instant Pot I have. It's the smallest size. I don't know exactly the quart on it, but it's definitely the smallest size one that they make. It runs really well off my inverter and my solar setup. So what I'm gonna do is, I got my little kitchen area set up here. I'm gonna pull out this table. I got a little stand for it, and then that allows me to use this as a prep top. Got my power inverter right under here. This is a 1000-watt pure sine. Bought it off Amazon. I've been using it about a year now. It's been a really reliable piece. So I'm gonna set the Instant Pot right up top here. Got the cord. In order to do the eggs, you need this piece right here, this little base piece that comes with it. So here's the pot. We'll just throw that one down in there, and then I'm gonna add some water, and I'm gonna add just enough water so that it basically comes right to the bottom of this metal rack. That looks pretty good. If you look at the instructions online, it calls for like a cup of water, but you know, it's van life. We don't really measure. We just kind of go with it, right? So I got the Instant Pot set up, plugged in. Feels really sturdy. Okay. So I want to show you guys what the solar does too. So right now, you can see I got 13.9 volts. 4.6 amps coming in. Okay, so I'm gonna kick on the inverter. Power that one up. That gives my Instant Pot some juice. We'll open up the fridge, the Dometic. It's the Dometic CRX50. I have half a dozen eggs. I cooked the other half a dozen and ate those earlier in the week, so but it's about a half a dozen. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep. So then what I do is you just set them on this rack inside. Just like that. So it keeps them up out of the water. Yeah, keeps them up out of the water. And then what we'll do, we got the lid. We'll go ahead and drop the lid on. You'll recognize that sound. That means we're locked and loaded. And then what we want to do on the settings is we want to go pressure cook. You want it on high, you want it on normal. We want 5 minutes. And you always want keep warm in the off position. And then that's it. So we'll go ahead and just let it do its thing. Charge controller's at 13.9 volts. There the Instant Pot just turned on, so we're gonna drop a little bit. 12.9. Also the fridge is running. I don't know if you can hear it. So got the Dometic running. 12.6, 12.5, 12.3. So we'll see what it does. One thing I've learned with this 12.2, one thing I've learned with this van is the battery system. Is, you know, at first when I would use it, it would kind of scare me because you turn on the Instant Pot and it just like, the charge controller just drops, right? Like it pulls all the current out of it. And so I was worried like, oh man, is it gonna damage my battery? What's happening? But I talked to my dad, he has an RV, and he said that, you know, most of these appliances, when they're on, they'll suck a lot of current out of the battery, but as soon as you turn it off, then that battery will bounce back. So, you know, he said not to really worry about the draw on it while it's running. So that's what I've been doing, and it hasn't really been an issue for me. So anyway, We're gonna go ahead and let those eggs cook. All right, we're back. So the Instant Pot just kicked off. One thing I'll mention is the cook time is 5 minutes, but it takes about another 5 minutes for the Instant Pot to get up to temperature. So altogether, start to finish, it takes about 10 minutes to make these eggs. So anyway, Instant Pot's done, battery's back to 13.8. As soon as this thing kicked off, the battery jumped back up. So I guess it's fine. It's just kind of scary for me to see, you know, to watch your battery drain down below 12 volts, but I don't know. I guess it's cool. So I'm gonna go ahead and, you're supposed to let this sit for like 5 minutes or something before to let it vent naturally, but I'm just gonna gas it here. And there we go. It's got to relieve all the pressure in order for this pin to drop down, and then at that point you'll be able to open the lid, but you can't open the lid until that pin drops. So it's kind of a safety feature, I think, just to keep you from burning yourself with steam or whatever. You'll see that pin drop down. There it goes, bam. So now you can open it. There we go. All right, take a look inside. See the eggs, they're all pretty much perfect. None of them busted open. So we'll go ahead and set the lid here. Here it is, fresh out of the Instant Pot. Oops, got it cracked. Here it is right here. We'll go ahead and peel it. So watch this. It's definitely a little bit hot. I would recommend letting it cool down a little more. I mean, this is like almost burning my fingers. Don't eat that, it's hot. But as you can see, it peels off pretty easily. The shell just flakes right off. It doesn't stick to it. And that'll go, you know, through the duration of the egg. So I've done quite a few of these. And once you, hey, stop it. Once you let them cool down and keep them in the fridge, you know, you can peel them a week later. Well, I don't know about a week, but you could peel them like 4 or 5 days later, and the shell comes off just as easy, so it doesn't really stick, which is the awesome thing. Whenever I cook them, you know, on a regular stovetop, it seems like the shell always sticks, and there's all these tricks like, oh, you have to dunk them in ice water and all this other stuff, but something about that Instant Pot, I think about the pressure, it really just releases the shell. So, like, look at that. That comes off all in one piece. And there's our perfect egg. So 5-minute Instant Pot eggs, about 10 minutes of cook time. Van life. It's a good meal.